Brian Lowe again, and figured while I was demoing amps today, a lot of people have asked me about, what gear I like and what I've used over the years, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about what I like to consider my secret weapon. This is a 1999 Line 6 AX2 with 212s in it, and mine actually has the old black eminence speakers in it, which a lot of people think sounded better than the Celestians when they came in. But I just wanted to take a little time and talk about the amp a little bit, since this is what I used to do for a living for Line 6 on a daily basis, and why this was my favorite amp. And I still consider it the Swiss Army knife of amps, really. So for those who are interested, I'm using my BFR Lukather model. Just look at that rosewood. Just look at that. I think Steve's been playing a gold one recently. Mine's black. It's got the EMGs in it. And basically it's guitar, cable to the amp. And I'm going to go through some of my favorite tones for you here. I've got the pedal board down here on the floor, and I've got a phone in my way. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn that phone off. There we go. And get back to it. The first amp that I want to show off in this is, all the guitar players are going to know it because it was just a great amp, and a lot of cats used them in the 80s. Solid state amp made by Roland. It was the Roland JC120, which from my knowledge was one of the first amps to ever have built-in chorus in it. So, and this is what the 120 sounds like, with a little bit of chorus and some verb and some delay on it. Very pretty, very clean amp. And some of the other amp selections you've got on here are this is an old wide panel deluxe. If you've ever heard one of the old deluxes through that small speaker, that's what they sound like cranked. Go on up a little bit, and this is what I use for my Fender Twin kind of sound. Also has a really nice sounding matchless that I've put some fairy dust on it. Going up a little bit more, some of my other amps I really dig in here, the JTM 45 Marshall. Good for your funky stuff. The old 800 JCM Marshall, the ones we all used to use in the 80s. See if this takes you back. Then I go up into my boogie territory, and this is a boogie patch that I've already set up. So I've got a bit extra hair on it, and some delay and some chorus, and just as much stuff as I can get on there. But it gives me my great Luke tone. And if you were hearing in stereo, you'd hear the delays pong back and forth. This is that same setting without near as much stuff on it. Plus the fact I've got a built-in wah pedal for continuous control. So it's a great wah pedal. Let's take a look at some of the really cool stuff in this amp when we get into the presets. And I just took you through a few of the models. There's much more in here. This was Line 6's answer to the Brian May sound. This is great because you can drop down to a drop D tuning here. Now all the effects are coming out of the amp. That one had some delay and some chorus on it and some verb. And then the pedal board's really intuitive. I can either use it as a channel selector type of deal, switch amps, or I can go in on the fly mode and change things. I can tap my tempo in. I've got a built-in tuner as well. So it's just a brilliant, brilliant amp that I've loved. This is really nice. I use this for a lot of Larry Carlton sounding stuff. It's kind of Line 6's answer to Eddie Van Halen, and if you happen to be an Eric Johnson tone freak, that's just a few of the sounds in there. This is one that I think Joey Brassler programmed when he was with the company and this amp came out. And it's just an amazing, great sound. This is a Marshall JCM 800 with a tape delay on it. Sometimes I forget that I dropped that down there. So lots of fun, and it probably looks like I'm playing left-handed, but I'm actually not. I'm a right-handed player. It's just the camera probably has me juxtaposition. But I just really wanted to show off the amp. Brilliant amp, one of Line 6's best. They can be had for a steal now on eBay. So I'm probably, kind of mucking myself over a bit by letting you guys know that they're out there, but I'm seeing them for $300 and $300 some with the floorboard at times, which is a great deal for a Swiss Army knife of guitar amplifiers. That would be the Line 6 AX2, an amp I'm very proud of that I was associated with the time I worked at the company, and even wound up using the amp 9 years after I left the company. So it's not going to sound like my Mesa Boogie Mark II B, but my Mesa Boogie Mark II B is not going to sound like Marshalls and Voxes and Matchlesses. And this is a great amp for when I need the versatility. I don't want to carry a lot of gear with me. It's just the amp, the floorboard, guitar, cable, and I'm done. So on that note, my name has been Brian Lowe, and I appreciate you checking out the videos. I want to thank every one of y'all and wish you a lot of success. And a lot of luck, because we all need it in the new year, 2012, or 2012K, as I like to, or 2K12, or whatever you want to call it. Just remember, if the world's going to end by the Mayan calendar, they're not so smart because they're not still around.
I'm leaving this old town. I never